This is the most impressive location I have been in today.
Yeah, me too. But, you know, that still doesn't help us. Because we still have the question of what to do with this thing. I mean, I could, you know, shout at it and make it swing. That would be mildly amusing. Yeah? Also utterly stupid, so I'm not going to do it. I may be wrong, but I think that's the only fire we've seen since we came down here. I mean, it is possible that I'm wrong. I'm so used to seeing fires everywhere, you kind of forget they're there unless you know, accidentally stand in them. But yeah. And of course that does beg the question, the age-old question I find myself asking all the time in Skyrim. Who the hell lit it? It's a little bit of a mystery in its own right. I can hear another Nirnroot. I can hear another one. I can. I know I've got all that I need for the little task I have. But the more the merrier, yes? Dude. We have no reason to go there. Let's get on up wherever this elevator is going to take us and hope we can find this Elder Scroll. Come on, step on. I don't want to leave you behind. I know you've got cat-like reflexes and you can leap onto it, but... Okay. Okay, I was not expecting that. I was expecting some sort of fabulous laboratory. Right. And... no, I'll tell you what, let's just... What? Whoa. This... well, that fire is out. Oh, ruined books! Oh my god, yes! Oh my god! Yeah. Treasure trove time. No, I cannot believe how amazingly excited I am to find all of these ruined books, but I am... oh god, I did not need that helmet. Don't care. I needed the... more books! Yes! Oh. Were the Dwemer really tall people or something? Mind you, this is not necessarily the case. I know a lot of people who store stuff on top shelves. Okay. Glowing mushroom. And... oh my... yes, we are absolutely going to be leaving here. You know, I suddenly thought to myself, you know what, maybe we could just burn a few normal books and give them to Latoria and pretend they're ruined, but I think the entire idea is that it's supposed to be knowledge that's been lost. So we might fool her, but she's not going to get anything out of them. And that kind of defeats the entire purpose, I suppose. Okay. And... oh, box! Yeah. See, now I'm worried that the city thing back there had lots of rooms with lots of ruined books that I could have... Sermon 0 of the 30 and 6 and 9 sermons of Vivek. Sermon 0 of the 30 and 6 and 9 sermons of Vivek. The 36 and 9. Do you mean 369, 369 sermons of Vivek? Or do you mean 36 plus 9, so 45? But you're not allowed to say that or something. This is a strange and offensive document about Vivek, provided by the Khajiit trader Jobasha. Obviously, this sermon really insults the tribunal, especially Vivek, and is very positive that we will not see this sermon in the vast area of Vardenfell. Jobasha found this sermon in an unusual place. Jobasha cannot say anything about the truth of this sermon. Jobasha is no priest or Sigil. Jobasha only shares what Jobasha finds. Okay. Maybe we should... Can I hear something? Maybe we should try and find this Jobasha. We also have Sotha Sill's last words. This weighty tome contains a long series of correspondence between Sotha Sill and Divaith Fear. Due to formatting and page breaks, take care to ensure you do not miss any of the letters. Why do I feel that is a clue for something? Missing letters. That? Like, are we supposed to pay attention to Kagranak's tools? Keening, Sunder, and Wraithguard. Might want to give that one a bit of a read. Yeah. And we don't really need any of those things, actually. Oh, yes. I came here for an Elder Scroll, and I'm going to walk out with a small library's worth of ruined books. And yet, somehow, find myself pretty happy. Do you think it's safe to take a fork from here? Let's not risk it. And a knapsack. Alright. Well, that was interesting, but not exactly what I came for. Does this seem a little... I think we're going that way. Does this seem a little familiar to you, Inigo? Does it remind you of the large ball thing we found in Labyrinthia? What? Spectral Dwarven Shield. Being struck by a fire, frost, or shock spell or effects reduces damage from that element. Okay, so that's just prismatic, surely. Dwarven Gauntlets of Reformation. Dwarven Armor of the Grave. Gain 30 soul energy when a living foe dies, granting the soul burst power at 1000 soul energy. Why do I get this strange urge to put all of these items on? So we got the Dwarven Helm. No, we got the Dwarven Gauntlets of Reformation, the Dwarven Armor of the Grave. They all have this sort of death vibe to them, yes? Okay, and then what else was there? There was the Spectral Dwarven Boots and the Spectral Dwarven I'm too curious for words. I really am. And it was Okay, I wondered if putting... Actually, I'm wondering if I could even bloody move wearing that. I was wondering if I put them all on, it would turn me into a spectre or something. Just I don't know, something interesting. Although, now that I've said that, I realise I probably should not be experimenting like that. Yeah. You know what? Interesting relics and items may well be the death of me. They sort of interfere with my sense of self-preservation at times. Experimentation like that should take place in a safe place. At a time when we are absolutely sure there is nobody nearby to take advantage of us if anything untoward happens. Whoa, it's dark. You're doing that thing again. Right. So... what have we here? We have some tables with books. We have we have a receptacle for the lexicon, which means, Inigo, we found what we're looking for, sort of. And we need to learn how to use this machine. And probably understand some complicated code. Some devious Dwemer devised riddle that only the sharpest minds can decipher. But before we do that, let's loot all the ruined books. We have so... Right, we've got these interesting little symbols on the... oh, drocked! Roll of paper, charcoal. Drocked. Did I find a journal from somebody called Drocked? Also... Yes! A way out! I knew there would be one. I knew it. There was a little side of me. Felt it in my bones. Okay, so we've got... an interesting place to stand. Okay, so we've got... lots of blue stones. And... oh, probably in a different constellation or something, and... oh, do we have to line up... maybe we have to line up all the arrow things? Yeah? We probably have to line them all up, don't we? Oh, this is probably going to be ridiculously complicated. We could be here a while. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm going to activate the lexicon. Okay, that turned on the lights. That's... ah. Okay. Did that do anything. We probably need to concentrate on all of these little triangles and see how many places they move each time we press a button, right? Like, because they probably all move in a different manner. They're still not... None of them are...
Whoever built this wasn't right in the head.
Yeah. I'm thinking you might well be right. None of them... Okay, we've... Oh! We've got two of them lined up now by sheer... Okay. So two of them are now lined up. And we've got a third button. What actually happens if we... Whoa! Oh, wait. Ah, I think I got this. Right? I think. Yeah, right. This rotates all of them in one direction, this rotates them in another, or something. Okay. And once we've done it... It was 4 times? That opens up, and 2 of them are lined up. And then we just press this button. Okay, but that didn't line anything up down there, though. Did anything what? Is that it? Is everything lined up?
So much strangeness.
He just pressed the buttons until a light came on and then pressed that button. Wait, no. You cannot solve the mysteries of whatever this is by pressing buttons until they just stop. No, there's a cunning mystery here written in the whatever those are. The little, they look like little maps or something, right? Really, I could just take it. This is a trap, isn't it? I've done something really stupid. I just mashed the buttons in order. And now you're waiting for me to take it, and you're going to blast me to smithereens. That's glowing now. Can I? Okay, so I've actually done it. I've transcribed the lexicon. I've unlocked the Elder Scrolls. Elder Scroll 1, singular. I've got myself an Elder Scroll. And I did it by button mashing. Oh. And now I find the journal. I weren't never one for writing about my life. The king priests of old deserved their stories told, but Droct is a simple man. So this isn't no journal. Yes, it is. And I'm not telling any stories here. Probably a lie. But this infernal machine done worked his way into my brain space and I won't leave till it's figured out. Mash the buttons! The whole contraption just sets like a dead hawker if it doesn't have the box. Putting the box in the hole made it all come to life. 5 rings, but only 4 buttons. Most of them don't work most of the time anyhow. When the lights line up, more open. But they don't seem to help. Just make another damned thing move. The old Fleabag Khajiit, what sold me this cube, said something about the light through the knowledge, through the machine, rests on the cube. I remember because he made me say it back at him till I wanted to throttle him. So I did. Tried to leave, but wolves to the top and them eyeless freaks outside the tower got to stay here till I get it right. And I will get it right. Are you saying you stayed here and starved to death trying to figure out the code from some light that needs to be alight? Mash the buttons! I may actually be more disappointed with the Dwemer than I was with the ancient Nords who put the code for the door on the bloody key. I mean, when you see the things the Dwemer have made, you just think to yourself, yes, this was a race that knew stuff. They'd unlocked the mysteries of the universe. But in reality, they were just morons. Morons that apparently were pretty good at making mechanical devices. They just weren't good at making mechanical devices that made sense or achieved the purpose they required, unless that purpose was to brutally murder people for them. They seem very good at that. I mean, what? This obviously is some sort of vault, some sort of secure way to store an Elder Scroll, and you might as well have put it in a barrel outside Riften and just put some dog manure all over it to keep people away. It probably would have worked for a lot longer. Well, that's not true. The reason the Elder Scroll didn't get picked up earlier here was it was actually a little out of everyone's way. So there you go. Take the Elder Scroll, climb up a mountain and just dig a small hole and bury it. Chances are nobody will ever find it. A lot less likely of finding it than we found this one. Yes, I'm grumpy. This is not how epic tales get forged. And thus we are going to do our usual. We're going to lie. We're going to pretend it was some cunning plan. And, no, not plan, some cunning code. And we solved it. Because we're clever. Okay, well, you know what? While we're here, might as well get a few more fragments. Interestingly enough, we've come out very close to Heliarchen Hall. And quite far away from... oh, good grief. Really far away from Shadowmere. I know he's a pretty impressive horse. I don't think that's going to work. I mean, I can try, I suppose. I did check there. I say we just go home and hope Shadowmere finds us. He's a very clever demonic horse. Yes, he is. I didn't actually check the knapsack. Here we go. Right. Don't mind if I do. Might as well. I think we're going to visit the museum before we travel onwards back to Fort Dawnguard. This is bothering me. Yes, it is. You see, there's 2 stone chairs. Which isn't so unusual outside of a Dwemer tower like that. But there's not a stone table between them, it's a wooden table. So these chairs were obviously here, and I say they were obviously here because they look like they're actually deeply embedded. But apparently they're not. This one's sat on the... well, it's sat on the mat. So somebody, somewhere, found these chairs and dragged them out here. That must have been really difficult. And then instead of dragging a table with them, maybe the tables can't be dragged. Maybe they're actually... yeah, it's another one of those mysteries. It's another one of those little things that's going to bother me because I can't quite explain it. You know, I realise I'm beginning to sound more and more like an archaeologist, desperately trying to make sense of history, even if it's just recent history. And that is quite probably going to get me killed. Am I going the wrong... sort of going the wrong way? I was hoping there would be a way to slide down the mountain the other way, actually. I think the house is over here, then. Is there a nice little path there? Yes, I'm tired! I know! There it is! There it is! A house! You're very cold! Yes! I'm very cold! I'm very, very tired! But I have an Elder Scroll, a lot of other stuff, and I have my house. This house is glorious. It seems amazing. It's like a beacon of light and hope. Oh, I love my house. I love my house, and I'm going to go and love my bed. And that came out really badly. I was right. This is the treasure map that points to the chest we found above that frozen doorway near Alftand. So yes, we found the treasure without needing the treasure map. I'm wondering if we've already done that a few times.
We should rest while we can. We have to keep our strength up.
Dude, we just slept for 12 hours. It's actually... it's almost evening. I kind of want to move on. We slept for, well, I don't know, it was 12 hours. It was a long time. I've had a full night's sleep. I'm thinking we head off now...
lead the way, my friend. I am with you.
...to Solitude and just dump some of this stuff. I don't want to go back to Riften just as of yet, or back to Septimus. I do want to go to Septimus. I want to see what's inside that cube. And he says this new lexicon can get in there. But I want to, you know...
Yum, yum, yum. A sweet roll never disappoints.
See, I'm actually a bit relieved to hear you say that, because I don't think you've eaten one for a while, actually. So... what was... Shadamir! Shit! Okay, the horses found their way. I had every faith in you, even though I don't actually...
Hey there.
Hey! Okay. Marcus!
Where do you want to go?
For now, we're going to Solitude. We have a few places... mind you, you don't really care after that, do you? Just take us to Solitude.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Hopefully we'll get there before the dark... Oh, I tell you what, I do actually have a couple of tasks in Solitude before we head on from Solitude.
Solitude's a big port town, you know, full of sailors and
That
tales
Elder
of faraway
Scroll
lands.
looks heavy.
Most of them foreigners and liars.
Yes, it's heavy and valuable. And we're going to probably leave it in the museum for now. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the whole point. Valuable. I'm hungry already. Okay. Let's take the horses to the gate, because you know this is going to be one of those long walk of the looter scenarios. So let's get as close as possible. And, oh, you don't think there's any Khajiit traders, do you? I feel like it's been a while. Oh. Ah, Shadowmere won't sprint. That means Shadowmere is, overloaded. Which is, again, no surprise. Yeah, we've got a ledger to change here in Solitude. And we also have...
A coin or two for a veteran?
Ooh, I'm going to go and
Not
see
much
the
to
fence.
ask.
We also have to clear the Hall of the Dead, apparently. So I don't believe we've done that before. So we can do that before we
Welcome to the Winking
head
Steam.
off
Take a load off and enjoy the
to
atmosphere.
wherever we're heading. I think, actually, before I head to Riften, I may head to Whiterun and pick up my crossbow. I think. Hello!
Come to sell me something special?
But
Did you just want to look through my merchandise?
both.
Hey, wanna play tag?
Do I look like I want to play tag? I mean, look at
My
me!
papa says I'm gregarious. Just like him. He says it means smart, but my brother says he's wrong.
Your brother's right,
Hey
it's
there.
wrong. He means you're annoying.
Taff keeps making eyes at me.
God, this is the big problem with the Looters Walk. You're like a captive audience for everyone who just wants to make idle chit-chat with you. It's still pretty early, but I'm not totally sure whether it's...
I found the bone. I brought it to you, but still I refuse.
Is that nutter still wandering around here? The guard should do something about him. I don't actually think it's technically breaking an entrance. I could just sort of walk in here and see what I can see. Are there any guards here? I don't actually think there are. Rogvir's coffin. Rogvir was the man that was executed when we first came. We need the essence of an executed man. Yes, we do. That's not what I came here for, though. Not what I came here for at Ganlon Silinorin. I have no idea who that is. I do, however, know what that is. So... Did I just hear Evat San's coffin? Did I just... Oh, really? That's probably why they don't need... They don't need any bloody guards, because... God. That one's seen me, this one hasn't. Oh. It's pretty dark. Is that a person praying? Oh, no. Okay. Is that Hall of the... Yeah, oh, yeah, I think it was. I think it's in there. I think it's actually in there. That's where I've got to. Ooh, maybe I should have brought Inigo. This is. Yeah, I tell you what. I will clear this on the way out. I didn't actually get any of my resists or. Was it here? Do you know what? I think I should check this. It was... Make the... Where were you? Sweep job. Yeah, clear the Hall of the Dead. This is the Hall of the Dead. Oh, Hall of the Dead is not the place with all the... Came in the wrong bloody place, didn't I? Oh, well. No harm, no foul. There really are rather a lot of, well, recently deceased people. Advar. I have a feeling some of these probably got killed during the dragon attack. That's, you know, unfortunate, I suppose. A few less merchants for me to sell things to, and all that. Excellent. Always consider a couple of sweet rolls to be a sign that things are going well. And that's it for tonight. Well, I just want to, you know, get a few things for myself. Cheese, perhaps.